Hey guys, Mark here with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo, and as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, this literally does not work. Guys, it is hump day. Tomorrow is already Thursday. This weekend is coming fast. Oh my God. I cannot wait to get to Dallas. We're going to be there. Oh my God, Saturday. Don't forget about Cowboys Experience, and I'm hoping to meet a lot of you people at the Lava Cantina. So check out Cowboys Experience and stuff. I'm going to be there with Law Nation, Vosh, all my people's going to be there. Michael Anthony's going to be there. We're going to have a ball. I remember last year doing a tailgate there. Man, it was incredible. We had about 100 people. We had a ball. Efren, my man, ended up being there. Miss Jackie, I met her for the first time and stuff. And it was great until the game. The Eagles came in there. They punked us. They beat the crap out of us. And I hope that we remember that. In fact, there's a lot of people out there that think that the Eagles are still the best team in the division. Let's go to First Take and, of course, Stephen A. Smith and crew and hear what they have to say.
Not a very good one. I like the Cowboys in the NFC East. You look at these schedules. The Cowboys, well, let's start with the Eagles.
Okay.
They're on the road against Dallas, who's white hot right now and just beat the Saints, and whose defense really looks good, and whose coaches are coaching for their jobs. They're finding that they're handing the ball to Zeke, and Dak is making plays. They're really firing on all cylinders. I don't think their ceiling is extremely high, but that's a very good team right now. Then the Eagles are at the Rams. Then they host the Texans, who are white hot. Then they're at Washington. When I look at that schedule, I think that looks, if things break right for the Eagles, it could be 2-2. If they really overachieve 3-1, then I look at Dallas' schedule. Eagles, they're hosting.
Yep.
At Colts, who just lost, got shut out by the Jags. Bucks, they host. At Giants.
Yeah, way easier.
I mean, you go 2-2 there at least. You're thinking 3-1, 2-2. So if they each go 2-2, the Cowboys win the division.
Yeah.
The Eagles would really have to overachieve here, and the Cowboys would have to underachieve in order for the Eagles to win the division. The one X factor is Carson Wentz, who's a talented enough player to make things happen that shouldn't happen in a way that Dak is not, I believe. But I don't think that's enough. I think the Cowboys are a better team right now, and I think they have the easier schedule, and they will win the NFC East.
And let me add one more thing. Their secondary is decimated,
right.
The Eagles. Will?
The Eagles, the only thing keeping me from saying the Eagles are dead and buried is that they have one last gasp. They can take one deep breath that just might save their season. And that gasp of breath will sound something like Jason Garrett, something like that. That's the only thing that can save the Philadelphia Eagles. Max just pointed out they're going to have to go 3-1. Have to go 3-1. It's going to be a race to who gets to 9-7 in the NFC East, and for the Eagles to get there, they'll have to go to 3-1. But it's not just going 3-1. They're going to have to start this weekend. They have to start in Dallas on a short week, coming off Monday Night Football. They have to beat the Cowboys, because if the two teams are tied at 9-7, the team with the divisional tiebreaker is going to go, and the winner of this game will determine that. They're both 3-1 in division right now. So the Eagles are down to that last sucking sound, that breath that's going to save them. And the only way I can see that happening with the Cowboys in the firm driver's seat, a formula to win, a defense that's championship level, is for Jason Garrett to, just like in the Texans game, or at multiple points this year, to flinch, to clinch up, to kick a field goal when you know you need a touchdown, to not go forward on fourth down when you have to win the ball game. That mentality, that protect the lead mentality, that play not to lose mentality could actually save the Eagles. Otherwise, they're dead. They're buried. As you point out, Molly, their secondary is decimated. They just beat Mark Sanchez. Let's not overreact. They beat Colt McCoy and Mark Sanchez. Let's not act like they've got it together.
You want to know how bad Jason Garrett is? Look at how scared the Cowboys fan still is. Look at the way the Cowboys are playing, the way the Eagles are playing, and you're sitting there scared your coach is going to blow it, and you're right. He might.
He's being
I'm in the business of being right.
Yeah.
Well, it's interesting, Will King, because, the fact that you just said what you said, it makes my argument on behalf of the Eagles. And that's why I love listening to you. I wish you had kept talking because I really have nothing to add. The fact of the matter is that I get to sit here and wait for the collapse. What's my favorite saying, Will, about your Cowboys? What can go wrong will go wrong. Just wait. Take your time. Just sit back and watch. And the fact that we're talking about the Cowboys in a fashion that we're talking about them is what's pleasing to me, y'all. Because I watched the Eagles last night on Monday Night Football. I was not impressed with what I saw from the Eagles against the Washington Redskins. So Colt McCoy gets hurt.
Yeah.
Mark Sanchez, Mr. Butt Fumble himself, who hadn't thrown a pass in damn near 2 years, lines up at the line of scrimmage at the 10-yard line. Who the hell doesn't know that they're going to run the football? Schwartz and the Eagles defense. That's who. And they give up a 90-yard touchdown run to Adrian Peterson. Why is this relevant? The man had 9 carries for 98 yards on the day. That means other than the 90-yard run, he had 8 carries for 8 yards. But the Eagles gave up a 90-yard run.
Trying to do the math.
Run.
What is that?
Okay.
8 carries, 8 yards?
1 yard. 1 yard per carry.
Okay, got
there we go. So you got that. So you got that going on, right? And then you look at the Eagles, and I can tell you this stuff. I like Carson Wentz. I love the fact that he seems to be developing and elevating his chemistry with Golden Tate. Targeted 7 times, had caught all 7 passes for about 83 yards or so. I'm liking that because Golden Tate, that blue-collar kind of worker, fits into the Philly mold, and I think that's going to help the combination of him and Zach Ertz. I think it's beneficial. Make no mistake about it. The Eagles got 10 defensive players on IR, including 4 of your cornerbacks, one of them being Jalen Mills. What I'm saying to you is this. Based on how they have looked, that stupid running play that they gave up to Adrian Peterson, imagining what if that were Ezekiel Elliott, they might have had 300 yards rushing last night. That gives me cause to pause and say, damn it, these Eagles, they're finished. Until I listen to all this bantering about the Cowboys. And then I say to myself, excuse me, prosperity and the Dallas Cowboys do not go in the same sentence. The more they talk about them, the more they talk about how they're going to win the division, the more you bloviate about what the potential is for them, they will mess it up. So it's good when you're the underdog and you have nothing to lose against
they mess it up in the playoffs.
But now that you're going against the Eagles, I'm holding out hope, Will, only because they play each other next week, and I think the Eagles season is obviously on the line. It's not just good enough for them to win 3.
Okay. Enough of Stephen A. Smith bloviating here, all right? And they do make valid points. I hate to say it. A lot of times when we get into the big games, for whatever reason, I don't know if it's the Dallas Cowboys coaches' butts get so tight that they can make diamonds out of it, but we haven't been able to hold the pressure as well as you'd like. But that being said, though, I think that this is a different team. And I believe that we're going to be able to get the win here. And I believe we're going to continue to roll. Now, we'll have to wait and see how that works and stuff. But I believe in this team right now. I believe that these players are overcoming a lot of adversity. I believe the team is getting healthier. We're getting guys back. And when we continue to do those things, and we continue to keep pounding and not giving up, because let's be honest, when this team was 3-5, they could have easily just thrown in the towel and say, you know what, enough, I'm done. The season's over with. But instead of pointing fingers, instead of getting mad and blaming the coaches, because we can see what's going on in places like Green Bay, where there's definitely a rift between the quarterback and the head coach. He gets fired. The linebacker and coach goes through and says, you know what? We have a leadership vacuum here. He gets fired. It is literally a dumpster fire going on in Green Bay. That could have happened here in Dallas, and we've seen that kind of thing happen before on other teams. As much as I am not a Jason Garrett fan, I have to give him credit for keeping this team together, keeping them pounding away each week and everything else, and digging deep. Now, I don't know if we'll get the right calls at the right times. I don't know if we'll keep it, the right clock management. I don't know if we'll get the right challenges of things, those X's and O's. I don't know. That thing always worries me. But I believe this team has the talent to make a deep run, and maybe things go right, as opposed to Stephen A. Smith saying things will go wrong. We got a good chance to have an incredible season. So we'll have to wait and see how that goes. But guys, I can't wait to get to Dallas this weekend. It is going to be off the chain. Don't forget, Saturday, 2 to 4, Lava Cantina. If you mention Media Row or Jobu Sports Report, you'll get $5 off the entry fee for that. You'll get the Emmitt Smith book over here, and you'll be entered in the drawing for an autographed Jalen Smith helmet. That's pretty damn good. So, guys, I'm going to probably do a little live stream test because I've got to see how my mobile setup. I'm trying some things that are new and seeing how it works sound-wise, mic-wise, and everything else. So it'll be a test, just a test and all that. You can join in, make some comments so that way I can see how it actually works done mobily. I'm Mark Holmes, it's Cowboy Jobu, and thank you guys for being part of the Jobu Sports Report. I'll see you soon.